1990, 91, something like that. Randy and I traveled around and went to every big race there was.
Filly that we bought and she became 2-year-old champion was one of the proudest moments we ever had.
Oh, 162.
That's insane.
I know. Oh, you bought that son of a gun. Oh, no, you bought him.
We never had that fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Never do that. No.
I bet. Hey guys, welcome to Saratoga, the spa. All the sales going on, the racing going on. That's why we're all here. So we're here today at a mixer at our partner's house here in Saratoga, and we decided to meet up with Francis and Barbara Vanlangendonckn from Summerfield Farm, or Summerfield Agency, no longer a farm. Okay, farm's gone, but the agency is strong.
Francis is happy.
Happy Francis. What about Barb?
Parts of it I'm gonna
Yeah,
miss.
here and there, huh?
Yes.
You still got all your horses.
Yeah.
Yep.
We still do. They're boarded
Yeah.
elsewhere.
So that's
But
the good part.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some pinhooking. And I don't know, we'll probably call you hookers from here or there. But I know you've done every part of the business.
Yep.
From breeding, pinhooking, to selling for as a consignor for others, and racing.
And 2-year-olds.
And 2-year-olds.
Long time ago.
So,
And we stood stallions.
and stallions.
Yes.
And we did foaling, 60 mares or so a year. There was like it was a foal to go.
How'd you
kind
do
of thing.
all that in 5 years?
And we had, we had
seems
children.
like 5
and we
years.
had children. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was I don't know. We had energy back then, I guess.
And
Yeah.
you missed the farm.
Oh my.
Well, you still have your energy because here you are at Saratoga with a consignment of amazing horses.
I'm so pleased with this group.
How many?
4.
Four of the top horses in the sales ring, I imagine.
Well, you hope so. You never know for sure.
You know.
But,
You know.
I got one I really love.
You know.
Well,
yeah.
Nick Zito came by today. He said, "Show me which one you like." I said, "I brought 4 out of 300 we're going to sell. What do you think I'm going to do?"
Show you all
one?
4.
I said, "I'm going to
Show you all
Bring 'em
4.
all.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. I mean, So no, they're all 4 nice horses, and we're excited about it, and we got some positive feedback, and so we enjoy selling horses, and we'll continue to do that now that we sold the farm. But that's what we enjoy doing, and we'll do that until she tells me to stop.
Well, you tell her to stop.
You're not giving up your spot on that porch over at Saratoga.
No. Even after I stop selling, I'll still be sitting
You'll still
there.
be on that porch. You'll be
This
helping
place-
whoever's there.
What are you doing on my porch?
I think this is my 42nd year here.
Oh.
Wow.
And I missed last year with COVID, but it's the only time I've missed.
Yeah, we looked for you. You,
Yeah, I
you
know.
weren't here, and Francis had told us
Yes.
about that. But so
Probably
40.
was celebrating. He's been coming like 45 years, I think, something like that.
Since 73, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Long
So
time.
45 years here.
Yeah.
So then you know all the risks involved in pinhooking. Tell us about a few of them. What you think is a risk? Let's put it that way.
Well, I mean,
What's the risk?
We were just talking about this. I mean, you're dealing with a product that has a brain the size of a walnut, and when it chooses to leap over a fence and kill itself, I mean, these things happen. You can get all kinds of, I mean, you got to be a player to be a pinhooker. You truly have to have
trust
that,
me.
that
We
game.
know.
You've got to have that game soul
Yeah.
that says, oh my gosh, this could be it. This could be it. Actually, somebody told me just today, I'm not a gambler. They said, when I go to the racetrack, I'm not a gambler. I said, you're worse.
You're gambling every day.
Yeah.
You like
You
to
own 'em.
lose big chunks.
Yeah.
50
Not
to
losing
$100.
$100.
Yeah, we're not going to lose
300,000.
10. No, we're going for the big bucks.
Right.
But, it's the only business I know of in the world that you meet so many incredible people. You have so much fun when it works. Oh my gosh! I mean, it's just the best high in the world. And then when one of your horses goes on, we had one we pinhooked. I don't know how many years ago, maybe 10, 8, 10. We bought her for 70. We took her to a yearling sale, which is what we do. We bought her back for 50. Nobody wanted her. We took her to a 2-year-old sale. She brought 320 or 340.
And everybody wanted her.
She wanted, and then she goes to the Breeders' Cup. She wins the freaking Breeders' Cup. She's, horse of the.
And she's
Eclipse
$3 million.
Award. Yeah. She wins the Eclipse Award. I mean, you just never know where they're coming from. And, of course, the best story ever was the little filly you might remember, Extra Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We sure do remember her.
Oh, my God. I mean, this
we were all
really-
involved in her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And she didn't vet. She was this
Tiny.
She was boob high.
Amazing.
Just like she said, there just wasn't anything. She's a small, brown, plain wrapper.
With a big heart.
Yeah.
Big
You
heart.
couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
You can't measure the
No.
want. You can't
No.
measure the want.
and
It doesn't matter if it's horses or people. And that's what I was telling Richie the other day. I said, in Hell Week for the special forces, none of those guys are the same. They're all different heights. They're different ethnicity. They're all this different stuff. But it's whether they want to stick with it. They can burn through the hurt. And that's the same thing with horses. Whenever they make that run, they're going to run through the burn, and they're going to win because they want to win. And you can't measure that.
No.
You can pick the biggest, prettiest sucker in the world, but he don't care. It ain't going to work.
That happens to us all the time when we make sure we look at all the horses that we looked at the barn in the back ring, because a lot of horses we don't even bid on that we loved and we vetted in the barns, and they got in the back ring and they just fell apart.
Right.
They just didn't have that it.
Right.
And
You want
then
to like
we
them
buy
more,
horses.
I want to like them more in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I like them at the
Yeah.
barn.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's when they show what
Yeah.
they look like. when
And that's
they're
whether it's a
training.
weanling, yearling, whatever.
Yeah, I want to like them more up there than
Yeah.
I do at the barn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then going back to the heart thing is that you can't measure that.
No.
I mean, like the colt there.
We call it
bought
heart,
off
but
of
it's
y'all
really
last
will.
year.
Yeah.
All he went through with just very little
That's all
training
heart.
to be able to overcome that and still bring the price that he
Yeah.
brought.
Yep.
To me, that's just
Yeah.
hard. You couldn't measure that, and
Yep.
it's just something you can't measure. They try to measure it, but
Yeah, they try.
But they're measuring the wrong thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
But the risk with
What are they measuring?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Don't even go there.
No.
the risk with pinhooking, there are so many things that are not controlled. You can't control their vetting. They can't
Right.
control what might happen to them at night when you're in bed and they're out in the paddock. When they get on the van, they're unloading, loading. There's so many things you can't control. The things you can control is what they look like when you buy them, how they vet when you buy them, and then you just hope the horse gods are smiling on you.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to buy several of them. You can't just buy one
do one.
because that's hitting a bullseye at a half a mile. That's moving
Yes.
with one.
Yes.
You got to have several.
Yes. And we feel like it really has to hit us in the heart when we fall in love with one. Both Randy and I look at it and we say, we're going home with this horse. And there's no more economics.
Right.
There's no more
you
value.
just want the horse.
You got to have the horse.
Yeah.
And you know what? 9 times out of 10, that's the horse. It
Well,
does
it
it
is
for us.
because y'all
It's
like
the
it.
success
Both
story.
like it.
Yep.
It's the right horse, and you know that they're going to like it too when you make the next step
Yep.
up. It's,
Yep.
it's going to be appealing.
And it's going to go the right way
Yeah.
because, we got used to looking at horses in a certain light or, through our rose-colored glasses, so to speak. But we know what they're going to look like later.
Right.
Well, and that's a kind of a gift that you all have learned or made or whatever, because you go through your barn, every one of your horses looks alike. There's a look you're after that says speed, soundness,
Two-turn.
and two-turn, and that's.
You know how we found that? This goes back a long way, don't it, Rain? 1990, 91, something like that, maybe. Randy and I traveled around and went to every big race there was. Kentucky Derby, Breeders' Cup, Schuylerville, the Sapling, from 2-year-olds to older horses. And we tried to look what real race horses look like. And we just kept that in our brain, and we tried to find the one thing that they all had in common. For us, what we found was this big withers and shoulders.
They have to have the shoulder.
Got to have a girth. Got to have a.
You can
Yeah.
have different kind of rear ends, but they all got to have the big
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so now that's why, and that's what we look for. While you walk through our barn, you're going to see all the same horses
Yep.
because that's what we trained ourselves to
And
look
That
at.
withers got stead behind the elbow and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
How
got
many
to be.
graded
it's gotta
stakes
be.
horses have y'all sold?
Oh, 162.
That's insane.
I know, it's been...
With a small, I mean, basically a small number of horses every year. It's not
Yeah.
like a giant
Yeah.
240 head horses.
No, sometimes 3, 4 horses.
That's unheard of.
We've been blessed. I'll say blessed instead of lucky because you got to have luck.
Without
We got to have luck. Well, we have to have good luck.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
can't
yeah.
just have luck because you
all
could have
had the
bad
other
luck
kind.
on that, but we got to have good luck.
Yeah. No, it's an art, and the ones that make it like you guys have, you learned, you took it in and you repeated it. And,
Right. You gotta remember.
And the ones that you didn't work on, you go, I'm doing that again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You can't
sure.
pour one of those
Yeah,
suckers
for
on
sure.
you know.
You
Yeah.
have bad luck with one, you don't want to know.
No, you're not gonna do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, and
And you know, it has good times, and you also have down times. You know, and the thing is, you got to be able to overcome the bad times.
Yeah.
Emotionally
You know?
and
Yeah.
and financially.
Yeah.
and-
There's no
It's-
short pants in
Yeah,
this
we
business.
were
No.
at, there were times where like, oh, how we're ever going to make it through. We had, this year, nothing worked out, but you just dig deep and you go back and find those horses.
And sometimes you do the same thing every year, and you do it. It works. It doesn't work. It's just bad luck.
Yeah.
yeah, right,
I mean,
right,
the horse
right.
got
So it happened,
hurt or
right?
something. Yeah. But the horse worked, and I mean, I remember Albert Davis. He says, "I don't know what I'm gonna do." I said, "Albert, go back and do what you've been
Do
doing.
what the same
you
thing,
had
don't
bad
change
luck.
nothing."
You've had tons of luck over the years." He goes, "I needed to hear that, Francis.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
needed to hear that.
Yep, I agree
Go
with you,
back
you know.
and do
Yeah,
that.
you got to
again.
stick to your woods.
Good horse.
And that's what Randy and I do
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah.
Like that. After we get to yelling at each other. Oh, you bought that son of a gun. Oh, no, you bought him.
We never had that.
We
problem.
Yeah, I
We
bet.
never do that. No.
I bet.
We made it. Well, we made a rule long ago that if we're going to go home with each other at night, if he really loves a horse and he wants to buy it, then I say okay, we'll buy
Right.
it, and vice versa.
Right.
If he really hates a horse and I like it, then of course we're going to buy it.
Yeah.
If he really hates a horse, then I'll get off of it.
I
But,
get that.
It's
You got to be kind of on the same
What-
page. You know?
Yeah, what's his is yours, and what's yours is yours.
Yes, exactly.
You got that.
Dean and I
That's
have
exactly
that
how it
problem.
goes.
We have the problem. Dean's always wanting to get cheaper horses. He's always we got a bunch of expensive horses. Let's find some cheaper ones now. I'm like, you got the wrong person looking. I'm like, I can't find
can't
that.
find one of those,
I go
yeah.
straight
We
to the
can't
one
do
that's
that.
gonna cost $400,000.
Yeah.
Randy, it's a gift. I can walk into like a quarter horse sale that I've never walked into in my life.
And got the sale
and I'll
topper.
go, okay, I like that one. It's
It's the cell topper. Right.
It's
She
awful.
does the same thing with furniture and
Furniture, I do
tile,
that.
Oh,
and
for sure.
clothes. And
close. Yeah.
So have you guys ever been in a situation to where you have all these great horses, you did all your homework, you have a really good thought about this whole thing, that you got the right horses in the right sale, like Saratogas. You really have to have
Oh,
the right
yeah,
horse
it's a tough
because they're
sale.
all so good.
Yep.
You got to stack up to
You
them.
got to be good. Yeah.
And the economy falls apart.
Oh yeah. We were smaller back in the early '90s, and we had a guy give us 40 horses to sell
Ooh.
at Keeneland. I don't know, November, January, I can't remember where. And the day before our horses were to walk in the ring, it's a lot of horses.
Keeneland, January.
Was Keeneland, January? Desert Storm.
Oh,
There wasn't. I mean, nobody bid on a horse. They stood in front of TVs. Nobody bid on a horse.
and so
9/11.
and then what do you do?
Well, you just have to regroup and go on,
Mm-hmm.
and lick your wins and just go
You
on.
move
I
forward.
mean, it's
Yeah.
this
But
is-
I found the good horses still sell.
Right.
Because the people with money are going to buy horses.
Right.
Which is the reason why you play at the level you guys play
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
If you have a
It
good
works
horse-
for us.
The good individuals always sell. When the market is really bad, the good individuals always sell.
Yeah.
The COVID was a little tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got pushed back for all the sales. We're here sitting with all these
You
horses.
didn't know where you were going.
Right.
We Miami.
We didn't know if we could come out of the house.
We ended up having Miami horses had to carry to Maryland
Yep.
in June.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got hammered that year, but you move forward and thank God we're back
Especially
to
in-
business
in-
like we are now.
in the training horses, because you've trained these horses.
Yeah.
To
Oh, you're
get
ready
that-
to go,
that
yeah.
point,
And
to
2 weeks
that
before.
point.
2
Yeah.
weeks before we were leaving.
Yeah.
But
And now you can't put them on the shelf because you can't bring them up again.
No.
You got to try to keep that peak. and keep them exactly there.
What you don't
ready
want
to
to do
go.
is come all the way down the mountain.
Right.
You
We
wanna
can't come
just
down the
kinda
mountain. We
stay
got to just
close
hold them.
because you come all the way down here, you're going
Without
to
hurting them.
back. Yeah, you're going to hurt them going back up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was tough. We, after 32 years, we've been kind of like you guys, been through all the wars,
Oh, good God.
different economies that hurt us, Japanese leaving the market when
Yep.
we piled up and ready for it then.
I hate when that happens.
Now we hope that they're here
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
But we actually, I'll say it because we have a horse with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm going to put you in the hot seat.
I love her. I just love her.
Well, you don't have to say that if you
No,
don't
I
love her.
don't.
Oh, come on, Dean. You know she's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear from you
this is
guys.
Barbara.
I'll put it this way. We show 4 horses. She goes last.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We know exactly
know
what
why.
to do there
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Boy, but Barbara picked her early on, so that kind of goes back to how do you pick the horse that you think is going to be the successful horse? She picked her like first time she ever walked in the barn. I want that one.
I have a gift. I'm just telling you.
And Barbara, did she grow this much?
Oh,
No more.
Yeah.
she is so beautiful.
I can't tell you how many
So
people go,
smart.
oh my God, she's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she got big.
And a couple people walked up and go, she got bigger when I got close to her because she didn't look that big.
That's
So
right,
back
she
then,
does.
And
she
that's
gets
a cool
bigger.
thing of when you have one that you think is too small or one that's too big, and you get up on it and you realize it's just perfect.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
By the right sire, right broodmare sire.
Yeah. No, we.
And maybe at the right time with the right people
Well, you sit there and you bring
'Cause you
her
love
out.
The hard part is getting the right people
to buy her.
to not follow.
Well-
not the right.
Well, I don't know how hard that's going to be. She should be able.
I
those
shouldn't
kinda
fall in love
should
with
be
Yeah,
easy to sell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
they
the
should
hard
be.
part.
Yeah, no, to sell.
That's the hard
Now
part.
we're sellers, so that makes it easy for
It's
us
hard not
because
to
it's
sell it to
business
the
for
owners.
us.
Yeah.
And so we, a lot of people didn't realize that they thought all we do is yearlings to 2-year-olds, and so now we do weanlings to yearlings, but we have always.
Yeah.
Now just at a little bigger level, so it gets out a little bit more on that. And the reason we do is because that's what we do for a living.
No.
Well,
You
you need
know-
to spread your income over the
Yeah.
holidays.
Well,
this
yeah,
is-
and it's nice to have income coming in twice a year. When
Yeah.
you just have a 2-year-old market and things don't go right, you have a tough year, and then you got to reach back in your pocket again and go buy more when you already had a tough year, and you got to wait a whole another season
Yeah.
to sell them. And so for us doing both, it kind of helps keep the farm going and keep income coming
Well,
in
I
twice a year.
probably
I get it.
about half of the pinhookers in Ocala sell yearlings.
Right.
They don't tell anybody,
Right.
Because.
Yeah.
Right.
But
you don't want
and
anybody
I sell
to
for
think-
most of those guys.
Yeah, you don't
We-
want
we
anybody
sell
to
for
think
those
you're
guys.
selling horses that
'Cause you
you
don't
don't
like it.
want.
Right.
These
Yeah.
particular horses, we kind of just let everybody know because we felt like at the level that these horses were going to be at, it wasn't going to be somebody that would be scared to buy them
Yeah.
if we bought them as a baby
Right.
versus like a $50,000 weanling,
Right.
for another pinhooker that's like, hey, why are these guys selling this horse?
Right.
So
I
but-
think the greatest accolade we get is that we sell for so many real horsemen.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and that's got to
just-
make your job easier
Oh God, yeah.
because they
they
know what the
got.
value
They
is.
know what they
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
but
yeah,
do
we
have-
haven't called you at all. Now Rich has been there 3 times today.
No, he's
Our
been
partner
great.
Rich has been there 3
He's been
times.
like walking by.
Did he show he's gone?
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Where's guns at?
Charlie's called me 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Of course he is. He's like, call me, keep me posted.
Well,
send me
he loves
pictures.
these horses.
Yeah, he
I know
does.
we have a whole team that loves him, but I'll tell you what we do, and talk about horsemen, working for horsemen, is when we walk up to this horse and we're going to look at it tomorrow, we're going to make like we don't own her. And what would we want to buy her for?
Mm-hmm.
And if we paid $500,000 and we think she's worth $200,000, then that's where she's
The
going to go.
market's going to dictate.
Right.
I mean,
And they'll get
whether we
sold.
screwed up or not.
Right.
Whether I bought
Or
one
vice versa.
Or vice versa. Yeah.
If we paid $200,000, we think they're worth
Worth
$500,000.
Right.
The market's going to
And
dictate.
that's why you
and-
have to do it in numbers.
Right, and that's why we do the best we could do because these numbers are a little high, so that means we get a little less horses. But thanks to our partner Rich, that helps us get to this level.
Yeah.
That really does help being
And it's the
partners
years
with
of
Rich.
confidence of doing it that makes you comfortable-ish.
Yes.
to do it. Comfortable-ish.
Hey, I worry every
Oh, yeah.
single
Are
day.
you kidding me?
Every day.
No.
And I don't think I'll ever stop. And it really doesn't matter if they were a $10,000 horse or $1 million horse. I worry the same about them.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing, you know. I
No,
mean,
it's amazing how you worry about these things and you want them to get there and you want them to be successful. Because
Yeah.
the filly that we bought and she became 2-year-old champion was one of the proudest moments we ever had.
Yeah.
Because we picked out an
Yeah.
athlete, we did
Yeah.
it, and it won the 2-year-old championship.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
yeah.
That year we bought 5 weanlings and 4 of them went to the Breeders' Cup.
Really.
When
That's awesome.
we talk about our yearling to 2-year-olds, we say, well, it's like going from high school into college now.
Yeah.
Now they go into college and
Big
they get
time.
into their profession.
Yeah.
Now when we sell these yearlings, or when you guys sell yearlings for us, it's like kindergarten into first grade.
Exactly.
So our little baby's going from preschool
Yeah.
into now here's
Yeah.
the real world
Yeah.
You know,
out there.
And as an agent, I mean, when we have a horse that we've sold that does well, I mean, it's so exciting.
It is,
It's just
isn't it?
exciting.
Now you
Well,
go
I
by
mean,
there, congratulate them, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's good.
okay,
Yeah.
You know.
It's like your kids.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've never been able to advertise is that we sold Medina Spirit
Yeah.
for $1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you advertise that? Come sell with us. We'll sell your Derby winner for $1,000.
We got the most money you can get for that horse
Yeah.
on that day.
Yeah,
That's right. That's what you need to
That's
say.
all anybody was
That's-
willing
This
to
horse
give.
brought
Yeah.
the
That's what
top
he was
dollar
worth.
for that day.
And we were so thrilled that he went on to do.
Oh
what he
yeah.
At that
Oh,
point, it
come
don't
on.
matter what he costs.
Yeah.
No,
It wouldn't
no.
matter. You know,
No.
he's
It
a
was-
Derby horse, and you guys
So
sold him.
you get so
that's-
much pleasure out of
Yeah.
it, even when they aren't one that we've raised or bred or anything else. It's a treat to follow these animals.
Bob Everett says, if you ever get another one for $1,000, call me. I said, Bob, if I ever get another one like this for $1,000, I ain't calling anybody.
I'll call you to tell you when he's ready to get trained. How much is your rate
If I
again?
knew that much, I wouldn't be talking to you about that.
That is the truth. There, you know, we sell all our horses because, you know, and really don't race at all because we feel like we don't want to be in competition
It's a
with
conflict,
our
I think.
buyers.
I think, yeah.
And so whether they're weanless to yearlings or yearlings to 2-year-olds, we sell there. But we are going to talk with some trainers on our little Leading the Way show here because we're in Saratoga. Racing, sales, pinhooking, all this is going on. Here we are at a mixer having a good time together,
Drinks.
having our conversation, having drinks with these great HartleyDerenzo.
If you give me a heads up, I'd have my Summerfield hat on.
Yeah. See, I don't even have a HartleyDerenzo hat on. How about that? So I didn't really know this was going down. I walked in and saw this in the room, and I thought,
That's so
wow,
funny.
these guys did an
That
amazing
is
job.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
You know.
Well, I will tell anybody that ever wants to listen, and we've had some really hard times in the business. It's the greatest business in the world.
Yes.
It is. We're so
I
blessed.
agree. I
We're
agree.
so blessed
Yeah.
to be able to do what we've
Do
done.
what we love.
To have been successful to it. Francis and I don't come from any money.
Yep.
I mean, this is something.
Or horse business.
Yeah.
Or yeah, neither one's. This is just, and you meet these great people. You go to the barn. You've got some guy working for you that didn't get out of second grade, and their stories. They're fascinating. They're so interesting, amazing horsemen. And then you've got celebrities, you know, that Reba McEntire or Toby Keith or whoever's in it.
Bobby Flay will be
Bobby
here.
Flay.
Flay, yeah.
I mean, you go back and forth. You just have this opportunity in front of you. You know, you can go from blue jeans to ball gowns in a day.
know.
I mean, it's just so much fun. The key to it is that you have to be able to take the hits.
Right.
And you love the horses.
Yeah. It's,
Well, that's what a good horse does.
I had somebody says, well, you're in the business, you've had money. I go, when I started, I had $5,000 in a truck, and I was the wealthiest person in my family by far. They were calling me on the bar line.
Yeah, we know the feeling, don't we?
Well, I actually thought Dean was rich when I first met him.
He
Daggone
did.
it.
Yeah, he was driving a Mercedes
There
until
was
I.
He was driving a Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm driving a Mercedes and washing my plywood floors in my
Yeah,
mobile home.
until I went to his mobile home, and I thought, well, I guess we got some work to do.
He's frugal. He's really
Well,
frugal.
He
Fooled me,
figured,
yeah.
He knew which one was financed. It's it's nice to chat with you guys, and we're gonna actually chat with another consignor too, just to kind of get their views on how they feel about the business. But it's all a passion, as we know, to be part of this and to be able to go through the ups and downs of the business and to get the highs of the successes and the lows of the defeats.
It's not all success. It's more defeats.
It's more
than
defeats.
Success.
That's what makes the success so great.
Exactly.
Because
I mean, this is the only
Peaks and
business you can
valleys.
sell a horse for less money to pay for it and do a high
And high
five.
five.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but the next one walks through the ring and makes up for it, and
Exactly.
we've all made a living off
Exactly.
of
No, we've
this.
survived.
And so that is the fun part of it. So Summerfield Sales at Saratoga, 4 great horses. I know of one of them, but I'm going to look at the other 3 tomorrow for sure. Randy and I both will. We are HartleyDerenzo leading the way, and if you like our podcast, join on with us.